The Gotham War has changed Red Hood for the worse. But before Batman injected him with fear toxin, permanently altering his state of mind to prevent him from being a hero, we had another story going on about Red Hood right in the middle of the entire Gotham War. A battle against Scarecrow that was happening while he was trying to train Catwoman's thieves. But of course, if you suddenly can't become a hero because of something Batman did, it's going to affect your story. This is Gotham War Red Hood issue number 2, and this is Comic Story, and we take comic books, turn them into audio drama so you know what to add to your collection. Also look for us on Spotify and our other YouTube channel, Comic Story and Full Story. Two of Catwoman's burglars crawl down from a heist and they get into their getaway car, talking about how if they ever see Red Hood again, they're going to kill him. Hell yeah! A voice calls out from the back seat, and they both turn in shock to see the Joker sitting in the back, enjoying a milkshake. Both criminals look at the clown in fear, but Joker just holds out a piece of paper. I'm told you know where to find the Red Hood. He used to have only eyes for me, but I fear that he's been a little distracted as of late. Can you be a dear and give this to him? I worry what he's getting up to. Elsewhere, Red Hood slams another goon's face into the table, breaking a chunk off as he demands to know where Scarecrow is. But the goon doesn't know. Gotta do better than that, or I'm gonna start getting angry, Jason growls, grabbing another goon, flipping him over, slamming him into the ground. More of the bar patrons rush him, and Jason easily fights them off, grabbing a hold of a beer bottle and preparing to smash it over someone's head. But a whip cracks out, smashing the bottle first. That's enough! You can kindly stop joking the gentleman now, Red Hood, Catwoman says from her place at the bar, and Jason tosses the guy away, turning to Selina. Anyone ever told you that you really know how to ruin a party? He asks her. She motions him outside, explaining that they need to talk. Outside, she quickly explains that one of the men that he has trained came to her and said that he had a message for Red Hood, and that he'll meet him in Gotham Park. So later, Jason waits there with Ravager. The two talking for a few moments before Jason finally sighs, admitting that the goon probably stood them up. But Ravager stands, beginning to poke around in the nearby bushes. Hey, what does this guy look like? Because I'm trying to figure out if he's the guy I just stepped on, she says. Jason comes over and looks at the goon's body that was hidden in the bushes. Yeah, that's Brinks. Ravager begins to go through Brinks' pockets, and she finds a note for Jason and a wad of cash that she stuffs into her own pockets. Jason opens the note, his eyes widening in surprise. It's a list of locations the Joker wanted me to have, he says, handing it back to Ravager, asking her to take it to Manhunter, the superhero from LA, and try to find the Joker's location. Then he needs to continue his hunt for Scarecrow. Just give me about 48 hours to sort out the Scarecrow thing, and then I'll meet back up at our usual spot to track down Joker, Jason tells her as he prepares to leave. But 24 hours later, Jason has agreed to help Selina again, promising that he will help her fight against Batman as long as she helps him find Scarecrow. 48 hours later, Ravager is waiting for Jason at the Big Belly Burgers sign. 49 hours later, Jason is confronted by Batman. It's the battle in which Batman rips Jason off of a motorcycle. They fight it out, and Batman injected him. I can't watch you destroy yourself, Batman growled at him. It was 50 hours later that Batman was working on Jason, giving him something that will heighten his fear whenever adrenaline kicks in, something that will prevent him from being a hero. I'm sorry, Jason, but there's no other way, Batman told his former sidekick as the fear begins to pulse through him. It was at that 50-hour marker that Ravager decided she had no choice. She called Marquise, an associate of Selina's, asking where Jason is. Marquise agreed to look for him and hung up. But Ravager didn't realize is that Marquise was actually Scandal Savage, the daughter of Vandal Savage. Scandal turned to her father, informing him that Red Hood is missing. I believe the Batman has taken him, she explained, and Vandal nodded. Then you go take him back. The boy could be very useful, Vandal tells her. Meanwhile, Joker hides in his hideout with Grundy, mad that Red Hood hasn't arrived. Where is he? I told him all the potential places I might be. I practically drew him a map. Maybe I should have drawn him a map, Joker hisses, but Grundy informs Joker that he heard that Batman had captured Red Hood. So Joker grabs his hat and heads out the door. Batman can't have him! He's the key to my plan! I need him! I will save Red Hood! Joker bellows as he heads out the door. Days later, Red Hood has escaped. He moves through the sewers, his body still racked with fear. He manages to pull himself up to the street where he discovers a burning building from a bomb that Firefly set off in Gotham as a part of a larger plot. He then falls to his knees as he watches the flames. He's too afraid to move. The sight of the fire pumped his adrenaline, and Batman's plan is working. That's when Jason hears a young girl crying inside. He decides to push past the fear, to rush inside, unaware that Scarecrow is watching from a distance. As the building begins to burn around them, Jason finds the girl, grabbing a hold of her. It's okay, kiddo. I'm gonna get us out of here somehow. It's okay to be scared. I'm scared too, he says as he clutches her close, trying to find an exit. But as he stops short, it's Scarecrow who steps through the burning door. Don't you dare use that word, Red Hood. You haven't earned it, but you will. Let's begin, Crane says as he stalks forward, reaching down, taking a hold of Jason's face, preparing to inject him with even more fear toxin. Your terror, it's real. And it isn't mine. There's no thrill in driving terror into the heart of a baby bird. No joy in making a little flower wilt in the face of its own worst fear. This is my moment of triumph, and it was snatched away from me by him? Scarecrow is angry, stepping away from Jason. Never say that the Scarecrow has no pity. I will quickly finish what your daddy started. But a voice calls out as Joker comes through the flaming door. Step away from the vigilante! The clown calls. Joker drawing his knife, rushing forward, locking into a battle with the Scarecrow. Scarecrow grabs him by the throat and begins to inject fear toxins into the Joker's veins, but the clown just smiles. Oh, silly man. We've known each other long enough that you should know by now. Nothing scares me. He reaches out, pulling the mask from Crane's face, hitting him with a blast of Joker toxin. Crane begins to cough, rushing away, leaping for the nearby window. Joker turns back to Jason, who's lying on the floor, the crying girl nearby. Is this real? Jason is gasping for breath, unable to cope with what is going on. And the Joker giggles. And he holds the wounds on his neck. Now it's just you and me and your daughter? Did you have a daughter? Joker asks, leaning in. Don't worry, my sweet boy. I'm gonna find a way to fix you. Nobody's going to hurt you. I won't let them. I need you. But that's when the ceiling cracks above them and a beam falls down. Weakened by the fire, it slams into Jason, pinning him. And Joker stares in shock for a moment. Well, I didn't see that coming. You really are quite unlucky, aren't you? He tells him. He tries to move and help Jason, but stops as he hears Batman and Catwoman's voices coming from inside the building. I think that's my cue, but have no fear. Overbearing help is on the way, Joker says as he slips out the window, promising Red Hood that they'll see each other again. So where does this story go, you might be asking? Well, it continues in Catwoman issue 58, which we've already covered in a link down below. That's when Batman and Catwoman save Red Hood. And as far as the Joker, that's going on in The Man Who Stopped Laughing. So maybe we'll be revisiting that one again soon. Either way, the current story is to be continued. But you can click the link down below to go to the next chapter.